I started off as a programmer for Godzilla, and eventually I became an effects artist. Little did I know, like when I started, I'd end up like I'm signing autographs for people now. We make video games, but we're really passionate about the stories behind those video games. I work on the cinematics to tell more of the story about the characters. I worked in Hollywood special effects industry, Godzilla in '97. Hancock, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was my last project at Sony. We deal with anything that needs to be blown up, smoke, water. For Blizzard we do a lot of magical effects too. I went through all this time at USC, learning about programming, learned a lot about software engineering. I had this job lined up in Northern California making disk drives. That in itself didn't sound terribly exciting to me. As a part of this Trustee Scholars program, I hadn't gone to every function, but I thought this is the last day, I better do this one. One of the speakers was an alumnus, Stephen Puri, who was the president of Centropolis Effects, the one working on that Godzilla movie. I got up the courage to talk to him. I said, I'm just a programmer. Is there a place for me at your company? And he said, sure, come on by and we'll talk about it. And it changed my life. PSD stands for Pose Space Deformation. It helps things look more realistic, which is always a problem with CG. I worked weekends to do this, and we put in more hours, up until midnight on weekdays as well. A lot of after hours time. But I'll just say it was pretty advanced, and not a lot of people caught on. But over time, it just kind of gained more momentum.
So the very first post-space deformation.
13 years for anyone to, really acknowledge on this level the work that we put into it. That ceremony was probably one of the best days of my life. There's the birth of my children, our wedding, and then receiving the Academy Award. I think I always enjoyed art as a kid, but I don't think I thought I would be an artist, for sure. I mean, when you go to school, at least the schools I went to, if you're good at math and you're good at science, then you're probably going to be an engineer. But finding something like this has really been an opportunity where I can do both of the things that I like to do.